Hello Husky fans and welcome back to this October 22nd edition of the Huskies Weekend Recap. I'm your host Alexis Pearson. Let's kick off this week's recap with football as the homecoming festivities were in full force Saturday afternoon. The 3,571 in attendance got quite the show as football put on a premier performance in front of the homecoming crowd. The game would be close in the first half as St. Cloud State would lead 14-7 at half. However, the Huskies kicked it into gear in the third quarter, throwing down 20 points on the Upper Iowa University Peacocks and holding them to only one touchdown in the second half. Dwayne Lawhorn threw 4 touchdowns on the day to help his team to a 34-14 win as the Huskies advanced to 6-2 on the season. The men's hockey team took on Northern Michigan Friday and Saturday night. The Dog Pound was unleashed this weekend, and it all started on Friday with Jake Wallen, who got the Huskies on the board first for his first goal of the season. Easton Brodzinski, Ryan Paling, and Sam Henches also tallied goals for the Huskies on the night. David Rennick was between the pipes for the Huskies, stopping 19 of 20 shots as the Huskies win this one 4-1. The Huskies kept rolling right into the second game of the series with a 5-0 win that started with 2 first-period goals that came less than 2 minutes apart. Patrick Newell scored first, getting his first goal and second point on the weekend, while captain Jimmy Schull would score next on the power play, tallying his first of the season. 5 different Huskies found the back of the net in this game, and 11 different Huskies tallied a point, including an assist from goaltender Jeff Smith on the Huskies' 4th goal of the game. Jeff Smith faced only 10 shots on the night, but stopped all of them for his first shutout of the season. Huskies advanced to 4-0 on the season. The women's hockey team traveled to Mankato this past weekend. After getting a late goal in the first period by Julia Tilke on Friday, she gave her team a 1-0 lead. However, the Huskies wouldn't be able to find the back of the net for the rest of the game. Janine Alder got the start at net, stopping 28 of 31 shots and even tallying an assist in the Huskies' lone goal. However, 2 goals in the second and 1 in the third by the Mavericks would put the Huskies out for the count as they dropped this one 3-1. On Saturday, the Huskies looked to bounce back, and this time the results were in their favor. Jana Haig would score the first goal of the game for the Huskies, and after the Mavericks tied in the second, Hallie Theodosopoulos would score the game-winning goal less than a minute into the third. Emma Paluzny was stellar between the pipes, allowing only 1 goal on 38 shots. The Huskies take this one 2-1 and get back in the win column after losing 3 straight games. The soccer team had a pair of home games this weekend, first taking on University of Sioux Falls on Friday. 2 different Huskies would find the back of the net in the first, with Mallory Mollenhauer scoring on a header off a corner kick to get the Huskies on the board first. Maria Woody would later add to that tally off a penalty kick to give her team a 2-goal lead. This score would hold for the remainder of the game as the Huskies take this one 2-0. Sunday's game would yield the same results, with the Huskies defeating Southwest Minnesota State University also by a score of 2-0. This time, however, Maria Whitty would be the only Husky to find the back of the net, scoring both goals of the game, which would be her second and third goals of the weekend. The Huskies peppered the Mustangs goaltender Jenna Mayer with 11 shots, while Husky goaltender Zoe Welsh only faced 3. The Huskies advanced to 7-5-4 on the season. SCSU Cross Country hosted the Bob Waxlax Invitational at Wapakata Golf Course on Friday and placed 4th in the race. Mackenzie Holt led the Huskies with an 11th place finish with a time of 23:43.4, and Chrissy Lofgren was 15th at 23:59.6. Volleyball was on the road this weekend for their 2 matchups. Their first stop was in St. Paul as they took on number 3 ranked Concordia University. The Huskies lost in 4 sets to the Golden Bears, managing to fend off a late set comeback in their second set to get their only win on the night. Abby Templin and Rachel Houle led the team in kills with 10 apiece, while Clara Krenz finished with a team-high 14 digs. Hoping for better results on Saturday, the Huskies took a trip down to Mankato to take on the Mavericks for the first and only time this season. The Huskies took the first 2 sets but dropped the last 3 as the Mavericks charged back to win in 5 sets. Lindsay Rachel led the team with 19 kills and 24 digs, while Maddie Torvey tallied 51 assists. Micah Neer also had a strong game, ranking 2nd on the team in kills with 15 and 1st on the team in blocks with 3. This brings the Huskies' record to 12-10 overall. Home action this weekend for Huskies Athletics includes soccer at 1 p.m. against Minot State, and women's hockey will host a 2-game series against Minnesota Duluth at 6 p.m. Friday and 3 p.m. Saturday. Saturday will also bring the last regular season home game for the Huskies football team as they play host to the Bemidji State Beavers at 1 p.m. As a reminder, all SCSU students get in free to home events, and tickets can be purchased online at scsutickets.com. Tune into UTVS at 4:30 on Monday through Thursday on Spectrum Channel 180 for local news in the Granite City. Thanks for watching.